I'm freelance and represented by @EastJen.
My name is Rico Santa Cruz. I am a designer, developer. I've worked basically all around the internet for my entire career.
Hi, I'm Roxy Navarro. I'm from Works of Art. I'm a graphic designer and also the founder.
What I usually shoot are fashion tutorials, portraits, magazine covers, billboards, campaigns, and I also do a lot of personal photography projects on the side.
Nowadays, I do work with a lot of startups around the Philippines and the US, and basically what I have to do is usually either design things or build design things in some way or another. So that includes a lot of everything from the creative process to the technical process of implementing it.
There's always been this want to serve the country, but being a doctor, being a volunteer, being a teacher didn't appeal to me, and that's when I realized that maybe I can serve with what I'm most passionate about, and that's through art and design.
And it's not just about like selling their brand, it's really like for me personally, it's telling a story.
I actually founded 2 companies, and I had the pleasure to be working with some really talented people who I really look up to. You know, back then I didn't know much about any sort of programming or development work, and these people were definitely much better than me, and I learned a lot from them. And basically, I didn't really do any sort of technical training except for sitting next to them and figuring things out along the way, and that helped out a lot. Basically, just having experience in the real world of doing things.
Day-to-day experiences of being a working photographer, because you'll never know who you're going to come across, like what situation you're going to be in, like shoots are suddenly cancelled, or there's a sudden change of plans.
My creative process is really taking a pause, just stopping, noticing the things around me, noticing the people, situations, sceneries, and those little beauties in life. That's where I start.
You have to be able to be like on your toes and think fast and like be calm, because the final image lies in your hands. So you have to be able to sort of get it together. So I think that's my experience has taught me. Just think fast and keep calm.
The creative process, I think this is something that is very difficult to answer, because aside from the fact that everyone doesn't really have the same process, it seems that anyone you ask never really has a process.
So I like doing my homework. For example, the theme is, let's say, sporty. I'm going to research anything from pop culture to something old, so that I always have references in mind.
For the most part, it involves a lot of thinking, a lot of planning out things either by yourself or with another team member.
I don't believe in design for the sake of just to design. Design has to have a purpose, has to have a goal. Design is just a medium. It's a weapon of some sort that we have to use for something else, for something bigger than us.
When you talk about social design, I think you should treat it just as you would design for anything else.
Well, when it comes to photography and social responsibility, I mean, it's kind of far apart.
It's about time that design steps up. We push the limit and give it a definition that really promotes social responsibility.
Social responsibility, that's not just like business or making money. You have to enrich your soul. That's part of being responsible, like taking care of what you're given.
The power of good design is to be able to send out a message and make it be heard the best way that it could possibly be. And what better way to really apply that into something that is socially relevant?
You always have to start with the people you're designing for, or the people you're trying to talk to.
And when you talk about what processes there are that would be different in social design versus not social design, I think they should be approached the same way.
When you're designing, it's not just to come up with an output, but your output has to have a goal.
You really have to have design as part of your DNA.